we are going to discuss the photoelectric effect. We know that the scientist Heinrich Hertz in 1887 he was discovered the photoelectric effect when he was work on a production of electromagnetic waves by a discharge method. That means inside a evacuated tube there is electrodes, and when he observed that a ultraviolet light which is falls on electrode, then what will happen? The high voltage spark it will passes across the electrodes, and there is a emission of electrons from the metal such that, suppose consider this is the emitter metal substrate, or we can say that emitter, then electrons they are present which is freely moving inside the metal, and when ultraviolet light which is incident on this metal, then there is a emission of electrons from the surface of metals. It will observed as like this. This is the ultraviolet light incident on a metal which is used as an electrode. Then he noticed that, or Heinrich Hertz noticed that the emission of electrons from this electrode and high voltage spark which is passes across the electrodes, and the emission of electrons from the metal surface. This phenomenon it was observed or noticed by this Heinrich Hertz, and he conclude that the emission of electrons from the metal surface when a radiation falls on it having a suitable frequency is known as an photoelectric effect. If this metal is nothing but zinc, cadmium, magnesium, then ultraviolet light is necessary for the emission of electrons. While when this metal is alkali metal, then visible light is sufficient to emit electron from its surface. Now we are going to discuss the experimental setup for photoelectric effect. A typical schematic diagram for laboratory setup, which is as shown in figure. It consists of a evacuated glass tube having a quartz window here, which is as shown in figure, and inside this glass tube there is a photosensitive metal plate which is called as an emitter, and also in front of that there is a collector plate which is as shown in here. It is also from the metal. We know that this collector and emitter plate we can apply across these two plates a variable EMF source which is nothing but E, or we can, it is nothing but suppose ED. This is a positive and this is a negative, and by using this we can apply variable potential difference across emitter and collector plate. Here commutator key is present here, and by using this commutator key we can change the polarity of this collector plate. That means we can change the polarity of this collector plate. Also a microammeter which is connected in series inside this circuit for the measurement of photoelectric current. Also across this emitter and collector plate, by using this voltmeter we can measure the voltage or potential drop across this, and by using this variable rheostat we can change the potential difference across this collector and emitter plate. So this will be the construction of our setup for photoelectric effect. Now how it will work? Suppose when a source of radiation S which emits radiations or we can say that ultraviolet radiations, they will enter through this quartz window and incident on a photosensitive metal, which is known as an emitter plate. When this radiation falls on this emitter plate, then the electrons present inside this emitter plate, they will get the energy from these radiations which is sufficient to overcome from the potential barrier of this metal. These free electrons which are present inside this metal, they will escape or emit from the surface of metal. This is known as a photoelectric effect. When these electrons they are emitted from this emitter's plate, they will collected by this collector plate. When this collector is maintained at positive potential, then these electrons they are attracted towards this collector plate, and we can say that these electrons can be accelerated towards this collector plate due to this potential, which is nothing but positive potential. Then what will happen? The flow of electron, it will be start here or it will be complete. This circuit is completed here. And due to this flow of electron, we know that the current is flowing through this circuit and it is measured by using this microammeter. This current, and at the same time, what should be the potential difference applied across this collector and emitter plate? We can measure by using this voltmeter. We know that this current will be set up inside this circuit if the radiations from this source it will falls on this emitter plate. If we stop the radiations, then we observe that this current will be stopped here. That means this emission of electrons, it is a spontaneous process. Here the emission of electron is only in presence of these radiations. The time lag between incident of radiation and current is set up here. It is nothing but fraction of second, or it is 10 to the power minus 9 seconds. This will be the time lag between these two things. Also, we know that these emitted electrons, they will be responsible for the current inside the network, and this current is called as a photo current or photoelectric current. This current, it will depends upon several parameters here. We know that this process is happened or photoelectric effect is observed only for a particular frequency which is known as a threshold frequency or beyond that threshold frequency. That means if the frequency of incident radiation is greater than threshold frequency, the photoelectric effect it can be observed there. And what is meant by threshold frequency? The minimum frequency with which this emission of electrons they will be present here, or we can say that the minimum frequency of this incident radiation with which the electrons can be emitted from the metal surface is known as a threshold frequency. And beyond this threshold frequency, this effect it should be continuing here. That means photoelectric current is present here. This is a continuous process. Hence, as soon as we stop this radiation, suddenly this current it will be get stopped here. There are several parameters on which this photocurrent is it will be depends, such as frequency, intensity of light or radiations, that is nothing but electromagnetic radiations, and also what should be the potential difference between collector and emitter plate, or we can say that what is the polarity of this emitter, what is the polarity of this collector, and what should be the potential difference applied across this. All these parameters they are responsible here. Also, what should be the nature of material, or what is the metal used here as an emitter plate. All these parameters they are depends on each other, and this we can see in next lecture. So this effect, it will be well explained according to the particle nature of radiations, or we can say that it cannot be explained by using wave theory of light.